Minnesota Vikings are looking for anyone, one time to step up on the defensive line this year. Pierce is in like Flynn. We love Armon Watts, but hello, McFly. Shamar, hello. Jaleel Johnson, year 4, is that the charm? Jalen Johnson, come on. Hercules, one time. Hello? Anyone there? And also, the Vikings didn't draft a traditional defensive tackle. Yes, James Lynch potentially projects inside, but enter David Moa, the pride of Boise State, the Moa Constrictor. He gets by on name value alone, by the way. And also, if this doesn't work out, the Vikings do have a long history of players turned pro wrestlers or MMA fighters. Yeah, so David Moa, the Moa Constrictor, it makes sense. There you go. But let's talk about him today. Longtime Boise State defensive tackle, teammates with Ezra Cleveland and Alexander Madison. # chemistry. Nailed it. So background on Moa: 6'3", 296. Former 3-star recruit from San Diego, California. A part of the 2014 Boise State class. Yes, 2014. Moa is 23 years old. He was in college for 6 years. Full-on Van Wilder, but he's still younger than Jeff Gladney. But a couple of medical redshirts mixed in there, as well as redshirt his freshman season 2014. Peak was 2016 as a redshirt sophomore. He had 30 tackles, 10.5 tackles for loss, 8.5 sacks. First team All-Mountain West. Now, in hindsight, he probably should have declared at that point. Maybe he wasn't ready. He was only 20 years old, but he probably would have been a mid-round pick if he would have declared. It's the same thing with Jake Browning. Like if Jake Brown is able to come out in 2016 or something, whatever. But torn Achilles in 2018 cost him that season. Ran it back with the Broncos. He got a 6th season of eligibility from the NCAA. Occasionally they make good decisions, but was a redshirt senior in 2019. Voted team captain. Had a great season for a defensive interior player. 37 tackles, 6.5 tackles for loss, and a sack. Second team All-Mountain West. A nice way to close things out for him in Boise Blue. Led Boise State. Let's try that again. Boise State led the nation in 4th and 1 stops. Cool. Moa Constrictor in the middle was a big reason for that. Now, he was projected as potentially a late-round pick, 6th or 7th round, somewhere in there, but went undrafted, a little undersized, did have that injury history. You worry about the foot. No Senior Bowl, no Combine invite, no Pro Day because of the Rona, and he just never recaptured the heights of 2016. Didn't do it in 2017, injured 2018, didn't do it in 2019, even though he had a solid season. But I love dudes like this. Especially in the trenches, by the way, especially on the defensive line. I love dudes like this. Just Moa is a meat and potatoes dude, no nonsense, who makes no excuses and just grinds, just gets after it. And guys like that definitely have there's room for guys like that on the roster for sure. Just low risk, high reward dudes coming in with chips on their shoulders, just ready to work. It's great. Plus, you look at guys like Hercules, cut from the same cloth, Anthony Zettel, James Lynch, John Randall. Woo, let's go. Plus, guys like Moa, guys who aren't long enough or big enough or strong enough or athletic enough, but whoops, they just get the job done. Oops, they're very productive. Just imagine that. Whenever they're on the field, good things tend to happen, even though, they don't check all your boxes on your, this is going to be a good draft pick. That's going to be a good draft pick, that whole thing, right? So Moa, he does have a decent bull rush, does need to add some size, does need to add some weight to those hocks, but also does have some nice interior moves. Already as a raw pass rusher. Spin move shows up a lot on film. And he can free himself up and be a decent penetrator, even though in college, he was the nose tackle for Boise State, so he's able to gap a lot for the Broncos, but does need to add some size for the NFL game for sure. So give him time, let him do that NFL strength and nutrition program. Working with Patterson, I kind of like his chances because you look at the defensive tackle room. There's a lot of them, except you question their quality, right? It's a lot like Pizza Ranch. I mean, there's a lot of it, but you do question the quality, right? So Shamar Stephen is whatever. Coaches love him. Jaleel Johnson hasn't taken off yet. Jalen Holmes hasn't taken off yet. Same thing, Hercules Mataafa, but still a year removed from that ACL. Armon Watts just does not get the time of day. He certainly deserves it, but there's ample opportunity in there. I think only Michael Pierce is the only defensive tackle who's really, truly guaranteed a spot in playing time, and that's it. So practice squad Moa for a year. Let him add size. Let him add some more moves and counter moves in the pass rushing department and see what happens. Also, if the Vikings are eventually going to shift towards a 3-4, I like Moa as a 5-tech. I think he can handle himself as a 3-4 defensive end. So give me a 90-man roster full of David Moas. Give me a 90-man roster full of Hercules Mata'afas, just guys who are ready to work, ready to get after it, and go from there. Right? But I love the Moa Constrictor. Let's get some. All right, so your thoughts, David Moa. Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. If you want to support the work, pull something in the Venmo. Please give us a follow on social media as well. But until next time, Skol, production value.